What's up, everybody? Gymkhana Josh here on a cold New York day, and I'm in the mood for some ramen. So come along for a ride, and I'm gonna take you to 316 Ramen in Bellmore.
Send me to my grave.
The way I found this place was actually just doing a Google search. Type in ramen, find locations near me, and off we go. I just looked through the menu a little bit on Google, and it appears as though they got a pretty good selection of different types of ramen. For those of you that have watched previous videos of mine, you know that I always go for the spice. I love a spicy ramen, and it looks like they got at least one bowl of spicy ramen on the menu. But yeah, 316 Ramen in Bellmore. Check it out. I ordered the tonkotsu ramen and added a firebomb, which I guess is just their way of saying a little dish of spice. I added extra pork chashu. I added extra egg, and I had a couple beers. I like the fact that they serve beer here, as I found in some places here in New York. I don't know if it's like a liquor license thing or what, but a lot of places don't even serve beer or any sort of alcohol at the ramen shop. And not that it's absolutely necessary, you don't have to drink, to eat ramen, but I like to have either a cold glass of Sapporo or maybe even like a small bottle of the house sake, hot sake, when I eat my ramen. So it's just an added little extra that I enjoy when I have my ramen. And yeah, so they had cold Sapporo. I started off with that. Already set the tone good for me. The ambience in the restaurant was actually pretty nice. There was already just like a handful, like a little family setting over there, and not too loud. They were playing some good music, and it was actually pretty empty when I went in there. I forgot what day it was. I'm now recording this after the fact. I forgot what day it was I went in there. I think it was maybe Saturday. In any case, it wasn't too busy, so it was kind of nice to just be able to chill. So upon initial taste of the broth, it was a very flavorful broth. It was actually a really good tonkotsu. Not really creamy, but it wasn't thin either. And it was just kind of light and delicious, and it was a good tonkotsu. I'll give them that. So once I added in the little bit of spice, again, it gave it a little bit of a kick, but not up to the Gymkhana Josh standard that I'm usually looking for. But it was just a regular tonkotsu ramen with that little extra broth, like fire sauce. So I mean, I guess I shouldn't have expected much. The other ingredients in this bowl, like the pork chashu, it was actually kind of tough. Like, you know, a lot of, you know, pork chashu, it has the meaty portion and then kind of a rim of fat on it. It did have that mushy, fatty texture, the outer, you know, layer on the chashu, but the actual meaty portion was really tough. The very first bite, like, I got it all caught in my teeth, and it would, like, didn't want to come out of my teeth, and I don't know, it was kind of weird. I've had it before. I've had chashu like that before, but I would much rather prefer like a softer, you know, I don't know, even if it had just some sort of like a special flavoring to it. But this chashu just really had nothing special about it. It was just like there, you know. Just wasn't my favorite. The egg was on point. I mean, you could definitely tell they took the time to like marinate it, and they cooked it properly, so it was like a little bit gooey, maybe a little bit solid on the inside, like it had been in the refrigerator, but it wasn't cold in the bowl. Like a lot of places bring it out to you like it's fresh out of the refrigerator, and I hate that. But this was good. It was actually like warm and delicious. The other ingredients there, like the bamboo, I don't know if they buy that jarred or if they like make it themselves, but it was typical. It wasn't anything special about it. Kind of weird, actually, the corn that was in this bowl. You know how sometimes when you heat up frozen food, frozen corn in the microwave, it's kind of like tough or like hard still? This corn was like that. It reminded me a lot of like microwaved frozen corn, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, I ate it still because it was a $14 bowl of ramen, but I wasn't a big fan of the corn that was in there either. And like to top it all off, like honestly, I like a thicker noodle, as opposed to like this really thin, I guess you can call it like angel hair type pasta. I don't like the thin noodles that much, unless there's something else really like outstanding about the bowl. I like a thicker noodle. That's just my own preference, though. That's not like, you know, a standard or like how it should be or shouldn't be. That's just my preference. So I was just kind of let down. There was a lot of things here that were going good for the bowl, but overall I wouldn't put it very high on my list. I mean, I guess it's, if you're in the area and you're craving a bowl of ramen, it wouldn't be bad. It's not a bad bowl, but I wouldn't go out of my way to hit this spot for sure. So that, folks, was 316 Ramen in Bellmore. To be honest with you, it wasn't the greatest ramen I've had on Long Island, but it wasn't bad. I would say I'd put it right smack dab in the middle of my ratings for at least Long Island. Certain things that I look for in a bowl of ramen just weren't really there. Like, obviously it's dependent on the restaurant you go to, but I like a thicker noodle versus the like angel hair type pasta that this had. And you guys know I love spicy ramen. I go to a spot specifically for the spicy ramen. So when I got this tonkotsu and I added the like the extra spice to it, or added any spice to it, I kind of expect a little bit of a kick, but I should have known as soon as I brought out the little tiny dish of oil and flakes that it wasn't going to be spicy. So that was kind of a letdown too. The chashu as well, it's like it didn't really have any like special flavor. It was kind of tough, to be honest with you. Like the very first bite, I don't know if you noticed from the video, the very first bite of chashu, I got a big like chunk stuck in my teeth and it just, I don't know, it just kind of bothered me. The chashu wasn't as moist and as soft and delicious as a lot of other spots that I've been to. Again, don't get me wrong, this is not me bashing 316 Ramen. I thought it was a good bowl. If I'm ever in the area and I'm craving a bowl, I would definitely stop here again, but I wouldn't say go out of your way to try 316 Ramen. There's definitely other ramen in Long Island within 10 or 15 minutes that I would rank a little bit higher on my list. But in any case, that's all I have for you today. 316 Ramen in Bellmore. Check them out if you're in the area. Keep coming back to my channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm always doing ramen content. Once it gets a little bit warmer, maybe more motorcycle content, but it's real cold in New York now, so I am not riding my motorcycle. But yeah, come on back, check me out. It's free. Just subscribe, it's free. And as I always say, leave this world better than you found it. Peace.